In the freezing edge of the northern Pacific, a giant once floated among the kelp. It was longer than a bus. It had skin like old tree bark, and it had almost no fear of people. When Europeans first described Steller's sea cow in 1741, its final refuge was already small. By 1768, the animal was gone. The story begins with a shipwreck. In 1741, a Russian expedition was stranded on Bering Island, east of Siberia. Among the survivors was a German-born naturalist named George Steller. While the crew fought cold, hunger, and illness, Steller noticed an animal moving slowly near the shore. He was the only scientist known to have seen this species alive. His notes became our main window into its lost world. Steller's sea cow lived in cold, shallow coastal water. The last known animals were found around Bering and Bering Islands, a remote pair in the Commander Islands. Here, thick kelp forests swayed just below the surface. The sea cows stayed close to shore, where they could reach their food. That made their world rich in plants, but dangerously easy for people to enter. This was no ordinary sea animal. Adults were around 8 meters long and weighed several tons. Their dark, rough skin was compared to the bark of an old oak. A small head sat at the front of a huge rounded body. Their short front paddles helped them move and feed near the rocks. At the rear was a broad tail, shaped more like a whale's than a manatee's. They fed on seaweed and kelp. Their mouths had tough plates instead of adult teeth, useful for tearing and crushing soft plants. Steller described groups feeding together in the shallows. Young animals stayed near the middle. Adults appeared to protect one another when danger came. Their calm, close-knit life was a strength in the wild. Near human hunters, it became a terrible weakness. A sea cow this large did more than eat. By cropping kelp near the surface, it may have changed how light reached the forest below. Modern scientists are still studying what that loss meant for northern Pacific coasts. We cannot rebuild every detail, but the evidence points to an animal that was part of a larger kelp system, not just a visitor drifting through it. The stranded expedition needed food. Sea cow meat, fat, and tough hides were valuable to people trying to survive and travel. Later hunting parties returned to the islands as the fur trade expanded across the region. The sea cows moved slowly in water so shallow that people could approach from shore or small boats. A species shaped by isolation had no time to learn fear. The last population was confined to a small area. It was already vulnerable before the killing increased. Large mammals usually replaced their numbers slowly. Sea cows also depended on a narrow band of shoreline habitat. Hunting did not need to be organized on an industrial scale. Repeated local kills were enough. Each animal taken from a small group made the next year harder. The decline was shockingly fast. The animals were first described to European science in 1741. Reports say the last one was killed in 1768. That is about 27 years. No rescue plan existed. No law protected the coast. No one was counting the survivors. A giant that had endured cold seas for thousands of years disappeared within a single human lifetime. Today, we know this animal through bones, museum collections, old reports, and the word Steller left behind. Those records can tell us a great deal. They can show us size, shape, range, and even clues about daily life. But they also reveal a hard limit. Once the living animal is gone, every answer has to be rebuilt from fragments. Steller's sea cow was not lost in a distant age of dinosaurs. People met it, used it, described it, and watched it vanish. Its story reminds us that rarity is not always visible from the shore. A quiet population can be close to collapse long before the world notices. Protecting a species has to begin while there is still a living world to protect. In just 27 years, the northern Pacific lost one of its largest gentle animals. Steller's sea cow cannot return to its kelp forests, but its story can still change what we choose to protect. Next time, we follow a bird that once darkened North American skies in flocks of billions, the passenger pigeon. Subscribe for more stories of animals the world should never forget.